Papa Squat, coming at you. How you doing, my peeps? Yes, I said my peeps because that's just how hip and cool I am with the kids these days. So I decided to do a more modern song just because this song popped into my head, and it will give you another peek into kind of where I've gone from. Oh, let's see. I grew up being very much like a back in the 80s and 90s, like an alternative progressive music lover, REM, that sort of thing. And I mean, it was when these bands were relatively new, like before Automatic for the People, for Depeche Mode, and before what was the Everybody Cries Sometimes from REM. Like, I'm talking about Fables of the Reconstruction or Reconstruction of the Fables, depending on which side of the album cover you're looking at, because it said Reconstruction of the Fables on one side and then the other. Anyway, but so I worked on a radio station in high school, which was totally awesome. You can find them online if you're interested. WBSD, which stands for W, which is because it's on the eastern side of the Mississippi River. And if you don't know what I mean by that, W comes before any radio station, broadcast station that's on the eastern side. I believe it's of the Mississippi River, and everything to the west starts with a K. So you see, like, Seattle has KUOW. That's because it's west of the Mississippi, and WNBC is on the East Coast, so it has that name. Anyway, I was on a radio station, loved it. I've always been a music fan. It's never been like something I've been crazy about. I have a bunch of records, like actual vinyl, that are old, mostly because I don't get rid of things. And then I have a ton of CDs that I've always been really careful with, and still have them, and have this idea I'm going to rip them, even though I could just get the music online. It's funny, I actually sold a bunch of DVD or CDs a while ago, and the guy at the used buy-sell CD place was like, "Wow, you keep your CDs in really good shape." So they must have been in pretty good condition. But anyway, so Jurassic 5 popped into my head, and specifically their song "What's Golden." And one of the things I like about this song is it has a really fantastic beat and sound, and the music is great, and the singing / rapping, I mean, it's very hip-hop, it's not so much rap, but so good. Love these guys, just love them. And the album that What's Golden came off of, I can't remember the name of it right now, but absolutely, I mean, certainly within my top 10, 20 albums of all time. I've listened to that thing so many times. But one thing I like about them is they're very hip-hop, but then their DJ or turntablist is a guy who goes by the name Cut Chemist, or The Cut Chemist. I think it's just Cut Chemist. And he split off to do some things on his own. And you may remember a few years ago he did a song called, I don't remember the name, but it said, "She Gave Me Headphones." And I love that song. I think for one thing it's funny, but it's also a really good song, and I loved seeing Cut Chemist come out with his own stuff. And he's done a bunch of other work as well. But this is Jurassic 5 and What's Golden. I've been talking for way too long, so let's dive into this. It's not a very long song. I'm going to get back into a long song tomorrow or the next day. But let's enjoy this puppy. Love that. Love it. Absolutely love it. This is the best beginning to a song. It's gotta be in the top 5 for me. Where Is My Mind by the Pixies is one song that I think is awesome in the beginning, where it goes, "Ooh, stop." And then it kicks off. fantastic. And this song is a little bit similar, and I just love it. I absolutely, totally groove on this, and then I like that really intense bass in the background. So good. How do you not want to listen to this?
Check it out now. I work the pen to make the ink transform on any particular surface the pen lands on. I keep his hands on. What's the beat? The coolie high code G's, high post techniques. I drape off poetic landscapes and shapes. Illustrate the paper space off the pens that paint. The design would have it National Geographic or Magic, but tailor-made status and plus flavor that's automatic.
We're not falling, we take it back to the days of yes, y'allin'. We're holding on to what's golden.
On the stage, I reach and I'm rolling.
We're not falling, a shot calling. We take it back to the days of yes, y'allin'. We're holding on to what's golden.
On the stage, I reach and I'm rolling. Melancholy, mundane, sauteed, a hot flame, big rings, fat chains, they all quest for the same.
So the first guy, fantastic rapper. He just has this really kind of laid back, he's totally in control of what he's doing. Love his voice, love the style. He's like whipping his arms around like this. It's just, he knows what he's doing. This next guy, also fantastic. And that music, I just love it.
No name, huge fame, strictly new to the thing. We stay true to the game and never bring it to shame. We tight like dreadlocks, a red fox and ripple. We pass participles and smash the artist in you. The saga continues. This I won't get into, cause there ain't enough bars to hold the drama that we've been through. Yo, we still the same with the little fame. A little change in the household name, but ain't too much change.
Seriously, so good. When this guy starts in, his voice is so good, and he does things that I just haven't heard anybody else do. We're gonna do it again.
Yo, we still the same with the little fame. A little change in the household name, but ain't too much change. We in the game, yo, but not to be vain. I refrain from soft grains to season up my name. We entertain for a mutual gain, for close range, steady aim. My drum at your head to hit the brain. I'm labor ready, roll scholar for the dollar. Work for mines, pay me by the hour.
We're not falling, we take it back to the days of yes, y'allin'. We're home.
And all of them together, they've got this great kind of grumbly bass sound to their voices together that is just great with the music.
Holding on to what's golden.
On the stage, I reach and I'm rolling.
We're not falling, a shot calling. We take it back to the days of yes, y'allin'. We're holding on to what's golden.
On the stage, I reach and I'm rolling.
Okay, for one thing, this whole I mean, the video is neat, but the music is fantastic, and obviously they're coordinating the video to the music. This next line when he comes in is so good. I believe it is "I'm the verbal Herman Munster."
Well, it's the verbal Herman Monster, the word enhancer, sing-a-phony mobsters, controlling the dance floor.
His voice is the best of all of them.
Well, it's the verbal Herman Monster, the word enhancer, sing-a-phony mobsters, controlling the dance floor. I'm in them dark places, catch you when you start naked. Your heart races as we poke you for your chart spaces. The taunt tastes me bringing these hot styles through. Some of you bum a few cheers from shock value. Word power can plow through acres of cornfields. Paragraphs cut like warm steel, perform ill.
We're not falling, we take it back to the days of yes, y'allin'. We're holding on to what's golden.
On the stage, I reach and I'm rolling.
We're not falling, a shot calling. We take it back to the days of yes, y'allin'. We're holding on to what's golden.
On the stage, I reach and I'm rolling.
Wow, that song's from 2003. I can't even believe it's that old, but I guess that makes sense because I listened to this a lot in the 2000s and just absolutely love it. I hope you guys like that song because, come on, it's so good. What's funny is this reminds me of, well, two things. First, because it's called What's Golden, it reminds me of The Golden Path by the Chemical Brothers, which is another song that I just find incredible. Let's see here. Let's try this one.
When advertising on YouTube, I know that making...
So one of the things that's good about this song that I'm gonna do here is it sounds very unique, and I just absolutely love it. Big surprise. But we'll listen to just a little bit of it and see what you think. It has nothing to do with the last song. I just want to hear it because it's so good. It sounds a little similar too. But this song, if you don't know it, find it. It's like a great driving song. Fantastic song to drive to. And to sing really loud in the car. Oh.
As I walked along the supposed golden path, I was confronted by a mysterious specter. He pointed to the graveyard over on yonder hill. I paused in cosmic reflection.
Ah, it's so good, right? Like, it sounds similar to me to the other song because it has sort of some of the same, I don't know, some of the same feel to it. The other thing I want to do real quick, just because it has to do with Jurassic 5, is Cut Chemist. What's the Altitude? That's it. And he's got, as you can see, other songs here that are great. Let's see if we will go into an ad right away. Oh, so good. So again, this is the turntablist DJ for Jurassic 5. One of the things I like as well, the name of this album is fantastic. The Audience is Listening. It's a great play on words.
This one's coming out.
This start right here. No? Little cowbell.
We made the perfect day when we played the night sun. She said she couldn't stay when her night had just begun. She wanted me to know what she didn't know herself. Said I was one among others. Hey now, that's something else. She played a vocal mission. I played the cosmic heart. Wanted to paint her picture. She said don't even start. She said love's like a drug and that this was chemistry. But with these chemicals then, how is this good for me? Her life gets better, she read. Her man goes out of his head. Like birds of a feather, so we're glad. Let's go together. And she said, so what's the altitude? I said, it's out of sight. What's with the attitude? And she said, it's alright. So what's the altitude? I said, it's out of sight. What's with the attitude? And she said, it's alright. She said, let's get away now. Let's go down by the bay. She turned her hand my way now. Watch out, what you say now? Now the things you've been through make it seem like nothing could ever really last forever. But if you try, girl, we can do some things. She gave me headphones. Said, have you heard this sound?
So good. So good. It's such a good song, and I think it's completely underrated. This video was posted in 2009, and I don't know if that's when this came from, if it was a little bit earlier. The rapper on this is Hymnal. Such a good song. And again, if you're not familiar with Jurassic 5, which I hope you are. I hope you also search out Cut Chemist. Just so good. Hey, anyway, Pop Squat coming at you 2 days in a row once again. I'm going to try and keep this going. I do, however, have to run D&D tomorrow night and Thursday night, so I'm going to be busy. Hey, I also got my first COVID shot today, just a couple hours ago. I live alone, and I don't interact with anyone ever, really, except for 3 people who I see on a semi-regular basis, so I'm not too concerned about that. But yeah, there was this whole thing where it was like, because I didn't interact with anybody, I couldn't get the shot. And then when it was available, it was suddenly available to me and everyone else in the world. So then I couldn't get scheduled at any place that was near me or whatever. So I just waited, and today I just checked, and hey, I got to go to Walgreens and got the shot. There you go. So got the first one. Next month, in a month, I'll get the next one. So hooray! Life returning to some semblance of normal, which hopefully it will be better than what my life was before the pandemic. Pop Squat, checking out. I hope you like this. I liked all 3 songs that I played part of for you. I believe it was a fella on comments for yesterday's song that recommended a song which I will do next. So we'll see you then. I think it was Ed. I won't say his last name, but I think it was Ed who recommended. So yes, once again, have yourself a good night. Adios. I gotta do some work or something.